There you go. You got it? There you go. Hold on a sec. Howdy guys, I'm Jeep and Jason. This is Pinter the dog, our helper. Today we're gonna give you kind of an overview and some install tips on these fancy pants PRP seat covers for the JK. Now I really like these things and I have a different approach. Check this out. All right, so I'm coming at this video a little differently. I'm not gonna just do the straightforward install. I actually watched the video on the PRP YouTube channel and they did a really good job. Now there's a few things I'm going to kind of give you a heads up on and I think that they kind of gloss over. So I'll give you some tips on that since I got you here first. But what I want to do first is talk about the seat covers and why going with the higher end, you know, like kind of the highfalutin ones. I'm not going to put any particular brand on blast, but these are literally double the price of like some of the import easy seat covers. So it's kind of a get what you pay for type of thing, but it's also whatever fits or suits you best is also how I like to make this channel kind of work. When I give you guys advice or when I do a product, I want you guys to take my videos and hear what I say and then measure that to what fits best for you and your build. Come here, sweetie. Come on. So with that being said, these are on the top tier end of the seat cover game, and there's a lot of reasons for that. So let's run through a couple of things why I like these best. Now, obviously, they're pretty loud. I went ahead, PRP has in this seat cover line a few preset color options, but I went ahead and for the same price you could do a custom color option, so I did. Kind of like the blue. And since the best top doors and top have, like I said in that other video, has been a gateway to open Jeeping a lot more, I kind of wanted something to stand out and jump out at you, and it makes me happy to see these things like this. Now here's what I've done that I'm going to show you in this video. Instead of just doing an out-of-the-box install and showing you how fancy these things are, I got these things a little over 3 months ago. Now, you know, obviously COVID had a lot to do. I was planning on doing a 1-month torture test. So I put them on, opened the Jeep up, left it outside for a month, summertime here in the high desert in Southern California, and 100+ degrees every single day. And I wanted to kind of just get an idea, because you know after a month or so what these things are going to look like. You can gauge that, extrapolate that long term. And so that 1 month turned into 2 months, and you can see here I just put a time lapse on it and just left the Jeep outside day and night. I didn't have the Sunrider open, but I had it in the position that I drive it the most. And so you can get an idea, but that month turned into 2 months, and now we're into month 3 where the Jeep has lived mostly like this. That was on accident, but what's kind of cool about that is that I wiped this down, and this is where we're gonna start this video from. 3 months in, kind of just in the mix, in the groove, and it gives me an idea of what I'm gonna look forward to longevity-wise, which is really good. Bring it here, bring it here, bring it here. That's my good girl. Yeah, I love the head shake at the end. Now let me bring you inside here. Well, there's not much to bring you inside. That's one of the cool things about these, and show you some of the features that I really like about this and some things that you should look out for when you're getting your seat covers, whether you go this way or not. Again, use this as just information. Some things that I really like about these and what you pay for is that the stitching and the fit is just like, they don't look so much like seat covers as they look like they're supposed to be this way. I like that. Something that you should look for, whatever seat covers you get, is make sure you have this flap right here. This is the side airbag relief flap. Some of the lower end seat covers don't even have an opening here, and some of them have like a little cut out here. This whole thing opens up and you just tuck this in. So this is fully functioned. I really like that. For some reason, that just gives me a little bit of peace of mind. But as you can see, everything else just is really, really nice. Now here's what I was really going for on this one, was I wanted to step up from the Rubicon cloth. Now the Rubicon cloth seats that I had in here were super comfortable, super nice on your marriage vegetables on a hot summer day, because they just didn't bake and give you that famunda sweat. And so they were nice in that sense, but they were starting to get dirty. In my old interior detail video, I showed you this stretch that I just couldn't shampoo or vacuum or get clean. It was just starting to stain. Now, this is called the Edge vinyl. So I went ahead and chose the Edge vinyl on all of the shoulders and all the back areas here, but I went with the, I think it's called the Xcel black, kind of the breathable stuff here from where your junk goes, hoping that that gives me a little bit of breathing room so it doesn't feel like you just got your junk in a microwave on a hot summer day. And so far it's proven to be pretty good. And this stuff is exactly what it is, like a boat seat type of thing. So it's proving to be super durable, really easy to clean. That was kind of the thing. I don't want to have to take my seat covers off to clean them. And so far, hit them with the airbrush and some of my Lucas interior detailer, and these things cleaned up amazingly well for sitting outside for 3 months. So as you can see, the fit really, really good, and I really like the ability to have this color. Now, another feature that I opted for on this one was this carbon fiber back here. It's cool, and I kind of like it. They have a pocket in the back, and in the back seat as well, you can see that all of the functionality is the same. Everything goes right on. They look like they belong. That carpet on the back matches the OEM carpet, so that's a nice feature, and Pinto can ride back there with no problem. So that's been nice. Let me bring you in and show you some of the install stuff. All right, so for the install section are the tips and tricks on that, starting with the front seat here. Now, you're just gonna have to prep yourself. I can still pretty much gauge this as an E for everyone, easy, couple hour install to get it all done in here. Just kind of prep yourself mentally that you're gonna be basically stuffing a 100-pound pig into a 50-pound pig's prom dress. Kind of picture it that way, what you're doing here, because you're just kind of fitting these things over top of this stuff. So it's not hard, but it's gonna take a little bit of finesse and persuasion and patience, and that's the key. So what you want to do, and this is what they ask you to kind of pay attention to, and I'm kind of meticulous this way anyway, is that you're just gonna kind of picture that you're gonna end up with your seams matching. So you want to make sure that as you're getting these things fitted, you get these things stuffed and smacked and persuaded into place, and then you just kind of get everything lined up right. Because if you twist it a little bit, it's not gonna quite line up right. So just pay attention to that stuff. Same with like on the headrests and stuff like that. Just pay attention to that. So here is the part that in the video they kind of just make it look like it's super easy. And it's not hard, it's just really, it took me forever, and that could be because I just have giant meat hooks for hands. And that's just getting the material. Now, and again, this could be a 2013 difference. I don't know what the subtle changes were over the years, but there is a metal bar right here between the top and the bottom of this seat that getting the material from here to the backside is difficult. My fat fingers don't fit under that thing, so it really took some effort and patience to just tuck a little bit, go to the back, pull a little bit, tuck a little bit, pull a little bit, and I don't want to damage these things, so I just very carefully got it all the way through. Ended up working out fine, but that took me a lot longer than I thought, and I want to give you guys a heads up on that little thing, because you might be thinking you're doing something wrong, because at first I was like, am I trying to go through the wrong spot or whatever? So that's it for the front, but as you can see, they kind of go in, and once they're in, they look great. All of the functionality is good. Again, really like the fit and finish, love the color choices, and I'll let you know how this Edge vinyl performs. Here we are 3 months in, and they still look like they kind of just came right out of the packaging, and they've been living out in the wild. So that gives me a good indication that this is a very long-term upgrade. So these are going to be around a while. All right, so for the final heads up on the install, the video just says to unbolt the bottom of the seats back here so you can tilt them up and really get a good, nice cover on here. Now, these bolts along the pan here that actually come from the factory with a pretty stout Loctite on them, they're hard to get off. So don't think you're just gonna get in there with a regular size wrench. If you guys remember, I did a video, gosh, years ago now, about 3 little easy upgrades. Howdy, I'm Jason Lewis. You might remember me from such internet videos as how not to lift something off your Jeep or your monkey wrench in you. How close is too close? I was trying to do it with a small wrench, and I even had to cheat and get a breaker bar, and I was insistent to say, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it with one of these. It was hard. So this is what's called a breaker bar. You may need something a little bit bigger than a standard wrench to get those things off. Now, what happens is I put a seat recline kit in that very video, and you have to pull these off to put these little spacers here. Now, that eases up a little bit on the Loctite, so you can see how I can actually get this off with a normal ratchet. So be ready for that. So either have an impact or something a little heavier duty than a standard ratchet. Like our normal toolboxes have a 3/8 inch drive. This is a 1/2 inch drive, which means, here, I'll show you here. This is a 1/2 inch drive, so a little bit bigger, you have a little bit more leverage. This may do the trick for you. I tried to do it in my older video for the very first removal with a standard 3/8 inch drive ratchet, and it was hard. It was a lot of work. I did it, but it was a lot of work. That's the only other thing that could take this possibly from easy everyone install to maybe just having to have one extra bit of persuasion to get those bolts off. Other than that, everything else is extremely easy and doable. Just give yourself an hour for the front and an hour for the rears, and you're good to go. Now, cleaning so far has been simply, all I did was come in through here with my air hose, blow the dust off the top of them, and then I came through with my Lucas interior detailer, just sprayed, even the mesh stuff here, just sprayed it down really good. And as you can see, this is gonna take some abuse, and that's the point of this, is to be able to handle that. And so I just wipe everything down. It kind of really helps. Oh man, the smell of this stuff is way too good. I'm just gonna sit here and smell this stuff. It really does a good job of picking the dirt out of this stuff. So this will be the stuff we'll keep an eye on. This marine grade stuff is as tough as you'd think it would be. And that's all I did to kind of hit the reset button after 3 months of just sitting out here. So prognosis is these are gonna last a while, and they're gonna look good for a long time, and that's kind of the point of this upgrade. Hey buddy, you're a good girl. So there you have it, PRP seat covers for the win. In my opinion, they fit the price point. I'm really happy with them. The color is amazing. The ability to keep them clean and the durability. I'll let you guys know as I use them more on how they are wear and tear wise and how they are on your junk when you're in a hot day on the trail. So far, they've been really, really comfortable and usable. So love them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lots of stuff coming up for the Jeep. Huge makeover on this thing. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure your notifications are there, and until next time, enjoy your drive.